MaJaMa Jams is brought to you by Complete and Otter Shop.
MaJaMa. MaJaMa. MaJaMa.
Woohoo!
Welcome back, everyone, to MaJaMa Jams, a show where we discuss other people's work to avoid doing our own. And today is the day. We can't get any higher than this, or maybe any lower, because this a-hole over here to this side of me wants nothing but bad movies on this show. He's insisting on it. He doesn't want actual discussions, so Mateo keeps plucking from the depths.
Plucking is correct.
We'll play on words, because today we have Anatar. Anatar is, after causing the collapse of their own planet, the Anatar people, humanoid aliens who evolved from ducks, are searching for a new celestial body to call a nest. During their wanderings in space, they land on Pandoro, a place where nature and living beings have found a strange balance. Love, war, spaceships, and space ducks are the ingredients of this grotesque modern fairy tale about accepting what is different from us.
What about it is grotesque? I mean,
Well, there's the
oh,
Neanderthal.
yes. Yeah.
Il giudice vende il suo Neanderthal.
They live in a grotto. Grotesque.
You know, we've had, over the past weeks, as Matthew's been pushing for this, we've had
All
toxic
right,
obsession.
calm down, pointing that finger.
We've
Okay?
had,
You said a lot of things hurtful in the past, too.
what else was in these past chunk of ones? Toxic obsession, and then,
Other movies, there's no reason to bring it up again. We lived through it once.
Yes.
well, I think
But Chicken Park.
Chicken Park. Good. This is a modern chicken park. This is a modern chicken park, but actually, in a way, it almost makes See, here's the thing. The poster is that big blue duck face with the Avatar font, and I was expecting
Terrible
Chicken Park.
terrible poster, too.
I was expecting Chicken Park, so I'm like, we're gonna watch something similar to Ezio Grigio's Box Office, which we watched a small amount of.
Signori, da questo momento evitate qualsiasi rumore. Oh! Ho capito, può succedere.
But I was expecting the classic Naked Gun orgy of references. Instead, what we get is softcore Lifetime duck romance porn with sci-fi student film, humanoid animal fan art porn, quacks and grunts. Quacks and grunts.
Not even a
And-
quack.
Yeah, it's just like a...
That's not, no, you guys are doing like a duck quack.
Yeah, true.
I don't know where to begin. I
Well-
have no idea where to begin. This was mind-blowing. This was another level.
Yes, and especially because, according to the producer, this should be the first of a new series of spaghetti-fi. So there was the spaghetti western, there was the sci-fi, so they came up with this spaghetti-fi, which is a stupid thing.
But didn't spaghetti just refer to a Western film shot in Italy?
Yes, and this one is a sci-fi shot in Italy.
Shut you up.
No, but he's talking about like the aspects of parody and satire.
Yeah, that's the tragic thing, is that they say...
Because he was kind of claiming spaghetti also means kind of ironic. In
It just
nature.
means they were eating it all day long.
Well, that's every day in Italy.
No, usually if you do spaghetti western, you know that it's Italy, and so this spaghetti-fi, it should be sci-fi. It should be more proper. It should be spaghetti fiction, if you want, science fiction, something like that. But
Spaghetti fiction.
That's dope, right?
but yeah, because spaghetti-fi sounds like a tool that somebody is selling.
Spaghetti-fy it.
Yeah, exactly. As is selling at midnight on some channels. And
My
stuff.
spaghetti keeps slipping off my fork. Spaghetti-fy it.
Spaghetti-fi. It's a fork that self turns.
Too dumb to eat spaghetti?
Don't be mad. Spaghettify them. With our self-spinning fork, you too will be as fat as a pig in no time.
This is called the twirling spaghetti fork. It goes for $7. It has this little button here that you can turn on. And this is great for kids or lazy eaters alike. You can just start twirling your spaghetti like this. And when it's done, you can just take a bite. You'll keep twirling it midair even.
Wow.
You like some?
So it's for someone who's not willing to go like this with their hands.
Yeah.
No, the thing is that the only thing in the story is that instead of humans trying to colonize a foreign planet like in Avatar, these are the ducks that are trying to come to Italy. To Italy, I'm sorry.
Calling each other
on
chickens.
Earth. No, that's a derogatory.
It's a slur.
I think it's a slur.
That's their N-word.
And then they laugh uncontrollably. As the subtitles say. Yes.
You guys,
chicken
you
dance.
don't understand the process of what happened. We drop into space, ducks, blue ducks, and
And is the starship is
The Rebel blockade runner from the opening of Star Wars.
it
New
doesn't
Hope.
necessarily look bad. There's some money behind it, even though we'll get to a joke that they don't have a budget. Kind of ripping off bad CGI sharks, honestly.
Fermi, non abbiamo il budget per fare la battaglia.
How do you know about our script? Who are you? Do you know why we're being hunted by a weird-looking floating shark?
What do you mean weird? It looks great for the budget.
But the whole first 10 minutes is... No, let's give them an actual idea. Like,
No inflection, no lengthening, no.
No.
if we were going to write a script about MaJaMa Jams, we're like, okay, we need to come up with some fake movies for Maximum Comedy so that the audience gets what these guys watch. Like, that's what Anatar is. I couldn't believe what
More like
was happening.
Anatard.
I couldn't believe what was happening. Like, well, it's because...
I mean, we've watched some awful.
Yes.
That's what I'm
But
saying.
this is
It's
just pathetic,
this is
man.
different,
And we
because-
made bad CGI sharks, but damn.
the narration came on, which moves very fast
Yes,
with a lot of text,
yes,
and
yes.
then as the narration is up, we hear a voiceover going, and Mateo makes a joke. Imagine if that was the whole movie. Or I said something, you're like, I hope not. And then sure enough, we drop into the scene, and the ducks with subtitles, again, lengthy dialogue, but then just...
Like, who'd just do a gag of, okay, here's translated so you can understand. So audience. Plus, you're in a satirical break the fourth wall type movie. Put that on the screen. Oh, here we're gonna translate the ducks' voices so you can hear them in English or Italian.
Yes.
So you don't have to sit and listen to ducks the entire time.
What they did at the beginning of To Be or Not to Be.
Jaki Wrzaski, wiesz jakie wrzaski? Te dziękuję, 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 dziękuję. Wiesz co, mam cię w dupie.
That they're speaking in Polish, and then I say,
Ladies and gentlemen, in the interest of clarity and sanity, the rest of this movie will not be in Polish.
You get 2 bouquets of roses and I get to watch.
Why don't I just speak in English?
Okay.
Yes, that would be helpful.
Why don't I just speak in English?
That would be a good idea now, wouldn't it? That way I wouldn't misread the subtitles, making it seem like you're saying things that are dirty.
or even the beginning of, and here I go very, very, very way back in the past.
About 2,000 years ago, in the time of Cleopatra, Queen of Egypt, the Egyptians talked like this.
I'm sorry.
They also said, which was actually a double funny joke, because they say we.
This language was rather difficult to understand. And so, the film you are about to see has been dubbed into English.
So you will see that some of the lip movements won't match.
However, owing to the fact that dubbing techniques had not been perfected in this period, you may notice that the movement of the lips does not always synchronize exactly with the words being spoken.
But the thing is that the most glaring thing, to me at least, is that if you want to make a movie that the producer says a brilliant, grotesque parody.
Should we do the whole quote?
Yeah. No,
should we read the whole
not,
quote?
Not the whole quote.
Just that part, just that line.
Yes.
So as per our producer, it is a brilliant, grotesque, science fiction comedy, and at the same time, satirical and an observer of reality.
Exactly.
È la mia ultima invenzione! L'ho chiamato ricordatempo! Praticamente tramite una molla si ricarica il campanello e lo si può far suonare dopo quanto tempo si vuole. L'unico problema è che ci mette un po' a smettere, non sono riuscito a regolare bene il volume, ma dopo un po' ti ci abitui.
You hit Tomas.
I'm sorry, Tomas.
There was nothing, at least, at least as flat as they were or inexplicable. Chicken Park had jokes, or tried to make jokes.
And pretty constant. For
yes, exactly.
Maybe not landing, but pretty...
Yeah.
Nice car. No music? Claro.
We now return to
MaJaMa.
That's what I expected for this. The
Yes,
Naked Gun.
me too. I was expecting something pathetic as usual.
Or honestly, again, we watched a little bit, but box office from Ezio. That's when I saw the poster and you pitched it, I 100% expected that's what we're getting. Not friggin' Lifetime Victorian duck.
Yes.
Like Nell with Jodie Foster with ducks.
Way too much with the humans in 1700s.
This is also mysterious because the planet where they come, which again, it's Earth, but it has medieval people, an ancient Roman guy, and the Neanderthals, as per their own admission. So it's a mixture.
So it's like a skewed version of Earth. Is it Earth? And the ducks want it because they have apples.
Yes.
How do the ducks know what apples are? They grow elsewhere?
Because she likes apples.
Probably. And then there is the woman who says only her line is
No. Una mela no.
Una mela!
Sì.
which is hilarious.
It's funny because she's stupid.
Yes, and when it comes back, yes, it's a little misogynistic. This movie slightly. Also the joke.
Una donna che non parla è una benedizione. È una benedizione. La benedizione.
It's a blessing, remember?
3 times in a row. But that is the thing. It's not
good.
It's not good, but it's not it doesn't even attempt to funny.
Yeah.
Most of it is Hallmark sap.
Yes.
That's the thing.
Yes.
It's a lot of Hallmark sap. Oh my God, the song.
For a lifetime of I love yous, 2 hearts, 1 beat. You whisper to me, be mine for a lifetime.
Listen, the world would like to apologize to the songwriter behind the rooms. You are my rose.
You are my rose, you are my rose, you
because that is brilliant. I'm not even kidding. That's brilliant poetry. What we have here is a
like
6-year-old
spoken
typing
word
into ChatGPT a friggin' your eyes, your lips, your soul, your nose, your body, your parts.
Your tears, your touch, your lips, your love, your laugh, your songs, your stories. Your heart, your arms, your lips, your laugh, your love, your songs, your stories.
Your passion, your eyes, my heart will never be silent when I speak your name. A million fingers touching.
You can keep going. You just got to lower your tone.
That song was the pinnacle.
And on top of this being a romantic thing, you have her not speaking the entire time.
At least her facial expressions vary. She plays it really nice so that it's not just one.
She's subtle.
E il personaggio l'ho lavorato partendo dall'animale proprio, dall'anatra, e perciò poi anche il capire tramite il modo di muoversi come poter comunicare e farsi capire e capire.
Like they say she's having a translator so she can speak, and they either take it from her or steal it from her. Like, just give it to her.
Yes.
Just give her the goddamn translator.
Any notes for the day? Give her the fucking translator.
Like, you have the duck segments, which are just then you go to the human segments, which is one bald asshole with a giant receding forehead, like his egg's about to crack out of his forehead, and you have him just speaking to a mute who's staring back at him like she just farted blood. Like, do something. Do something that's going to make your audience at least more...
Page 4 of the script. It was exactly that. Verbatim.
Like, make it more digestible for your audience. This is torturous, let alone the lengths you go to actually construct it.
I would have given anything, and it wouldn't have seemed out of place if they, at the end, when the ducks arrive, if they have a battle between the ducks and the Neanderthals. So for 10 minutes, it's literally...
Yes, it's called The Expendables.
Drop your guns!
Fat chance.
Yeah, that'll happen.
No, listen, I think if you were to take someone like Lord and Miller and really knew what this was, it's so...
No one knows what this...
Well, for instance, I'm thinking of the scene where she's a duck, so she's pecking at stuff. So when he first gives her the food, she starts...
She goes into a machine that turns her from a duck to a human being. So
Sorry for that crucial information.
So she can infiltrate
Wildly
Earth,
lost.
Infiltrate Earth and try to convince them to let the ducks
apples.
live with them peacefully on the planet.
Yeah.
While we have our Darth Vader type character, Lord Feather.
Dark Feather, I think.
Who wants to just take control of the world and is trying to sabotage her mission the entire time.
And the word is called Pandoro, because in Avatar is Pandora, and in Italy, the second most popular cake for Christmas is called Pandoro.
What kind of cake is it?
It's just like a sweet bread, a cone shape. Usually you put powdered sugar on top, and that's it. There is nothing inside.
Nice. No fruits.
No fruits, no nothing. It's a little bit dry, but my brother loves it. I am more a panettone person, but...
So this film didn't speak to you?
Yes, exactly.
Well, so when he's feeding her, because she's a duck, she starts bashing her head into the plate.
Hai qualcosina...
Which is funny to us because what are we watching?
I think she was actually doing it. Her nose looked broken.
I feel like you could play that as painfully funny in the hands of a proper comedian. That she's literally bashing her head and it's like, whoa, whoa, whoa.
Plus the ducks do the funny thing of, and she's doing that like she bites it and then tries to... push it down her throat, and it's funny, but it's just awkward and lifeless. And every shot is just flat.
Speaking of being awkward and lifeless while something's being pushed down her throat, when the guy first meets her, she's unconscious, so he drags her in.
And also, he doesn't have reactions from a comedy.
No,
No, yeah.
Dude, none of them. There's
Yeah.
okay. In fairness, we get a
No
smattering.
one seems versed in
but
what they're
most
doing.
of it is friggin' the English Patient or something.
Yeah,
Yes.
honestly, yeah.
No, but at least she is. I guess that she's wearing contact lenses that are 6 sizes her eyes, because she's always like that. But at least it looks like that she has a surprising expression.
She
That
witnessed
one.
a murder in the first day of filming and just
Yeah.
was in shell shock.
Yeah.
For the duration of the film.
She can't act. How do we get a perpetually shocked look? Bring her kid out here.
And he instead is just like blah. I mean, he sees strange things that happen in front of them.
It's like, where you come from?
Da dove vieni? Dal cielo. Devi sentirti sola lontano da casa.
She says the moon. He's like, okay, so.
Yeah, oh, the sky? All right. I go with that. And then there are original jokes like...
Quella che vede qui accanto a me le sembra una semplice sedia, ma in realtà è stata trattata con una vernice di mia invenzione ed essiccata al sole per 46 ore, in modo da renderla non solo di questo colore legno marcio, ma anche indistruttibile.
Well, let me
Okay.
limp-wristedly take this axe to like.
Do like a really funny, at least a heavy swing or something, and you think it's gonna stand up, and then you get crushes, and there's a loud, like the sound effects, the entire sound design, and just the way you don't record or dub your actors doing the duck voices, and then in the recording booth you can do something funny. You can come up with an actual language that sounds like something. You just are having your actors do. On while you're
Imagine
filming
on set.
in the moment, yeah.
Okay, could you do that take again? No, it wasn't like that. It was more of a.
And like, and it just even just the background noises, the sound effects. Like I said, the chair breaking idea, chair breaking scene. You can have a huge crushing sound effect after he hits it. But just it's just limp throughout the entire thing. Even the music, which is
The music is
it's
also...
bad, but it's just so like limp and light in the background.
I was reminded at first of the Martians in Mars Attacks. But at least they were actually acting what they were saying, so you didn't understand what you didn't have to understand what they were saying. You would just say see by the actions.
This is the entire duck story needs to be subtitled for you.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
Yes.
What are you thinking?
We're a bunch of helpless jackasses.
Nothing, because they have no idea. Even when he smashes the chair, he grabs the axe, which is clearly coming from Party City or something. And then the detail of him smashing it, he doesn't even smash it with a blade. He smashes it with the handle of the axe, because
break in half if he did.
The blade probably, yes, it would wobbled or something. Then, of course, they steal the R2-D2 sound.
Yeah, blatantly, right?
Yes.
Because like the Imperial March, they're like tiptoeing
just like Super Capers.
So close to
Yes.
it. Well, no, Super Capers had, for some reason, they were allowed to use R2-D2 and C-3PO or just
George
R2-D2.
Lucas went out drunk driving and killed that guy's son, and they said you don't have to go to court if we can use. You don't take you to court if we can use the official.
Do you think we should be using this as our one favor from George Lucas? Like, is that going to make the movie?
Our son is dead. There's more important things than Super Capers.
Tell me anything, I can do anything. We would like to have R2-D2 in... Done! In what? I'm sorry? And then they say, Wookiee mistake. Thank you.
Laugh it up, fuzzball.
We now return to
MaJaMa.
And this one is also, which I was also expecting, frankly. I mean, I understand we watch it in Italian with the English subtitles, but even in Italian, it's not like that. I was expecting something like a barrage of duck puns,
yeah.
like in Howard the Duck.
That's it. No more Mr. Nice Duck. No one laughs at a master of quack foo.
Instead, no, there are a couple of things, and yeah, the best thing is that you're a chicken, ha 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 ha. Then they laugh uncontrollably.
It's also an issue that you don't do a straight Avatar parody. This if it didn't have the name Anatar, which means what, duck in Italian?
It's a pun between Avatar and Anatar, which is Italian for duck.
Anatar is duck.
Anatar,
Okay.
yes.
But like you don't layer it on top of an Avatar storyline. You just call it that.
Yeah.
And then you have the lightest footwork of connecting the dots of okay, they
were blue.
Yeah, they're blue, and they want to go take some resource from another planet.
And they did the reverse. This time it would be the Na'vi coming on Earth rather than.
Why not do humans as natives?
Dude, how about the fact
way back, or do them all as Neanderthals that can speak.
Yes.
But all as Neanderthals back in the day.
Spiegami che cosa hai visto. La piuma è collegata a quello che è una donna. Hai visto una femmina con I capelli? Hai visto una femmina con I capelli? Una femmina qua con I capelli. Una piuma.
This is a real scene that happens. Is that I think Matteo said we're trying to parody the tail sex, but they get information by kissing.
Yes.
So our Emperor character has a filthy Neanderthal come up and he's like, hey, hold on a second. He's just freaking tongues him so he can get the information. Blast him like... What is this, dude?
Yeah. And is that just a normal thing? Because we're never introduced to it.
No.
Like it's never like,
it happens twice without explanation.
Yeah, like, oh God, okay, wait, can you? I'm trying to get the information from Neanderthal, but he's not able to articulate it. All right, I guess I gotta do the makeout session that allows me to mind link with him so I can see his memories. Here we go. And then she, the alien princess, does it to the forehead dude.
Yeah, to explain him who she is for real.
But how does she know that? Can all living creatures from anywhere in the universe do that?
Yeah, exactly.
Or does she know about the power? Or how does she know about the power?
Well, the deleted scene was that she thought at first that she had to go ass to mouth for the connection, so she just plops down on his face, and she's just like, rah, 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 and he's like, what are you doing? What type of thing?
So she
How
needs
is this movie real?
She needs a machine that will keep her as in her human form, but it either breaks in the spaceship or the dark feather.
Camouflage starts to.
He sabotages it, so her feathers start to grow out, and they think she's a witch. So the mayor crap goes to the neighboring town and says, "Hey, we have a witch. You want to come and get her? Or you want to come and trade for her?
Yes,
Get her."
And they give her 24 hours.
Andate da Doc e ditegli che nel nostro villaggio abbiamo una strega. Abbiamo una strega. Correte.
Yeah.
Do that. And
listen, I think this makes every other movie we've done seem more comprehensible. This is insane. This is insane.
It's just honestly pathetic. I mean,
like Toxic Obsession was hilarious in what it was.
Yes.
Other than that, it kind of follows a basic Instinct type erotic.
You talking
thriller.
about Brian Fernandez's Toxic?
Brian Fernandez's Toxic Obsession.
Brian Fernandez.
Chicken Park blew my mind. But you understand that it's a Naked Gun ripoff with rapid fire jokes and blah blah blah.
And
this is like
follows Jurassic Park mostly.
At least a little more than
this followed Avatar.
That's it!
I'm trying to think of what the other weird ones we've done, but like most of the stuff where it's like, what is this? You see still, this is like, what were you thinking?
This makes almost, emphasis on almost, a movie by Freeber and Setzer look like a comedy.
I accept that statement.
Because at least that they are trying to mimic some sequences.
Well, that's the funny thing is you don't realize, it's actually true, because you don't realize that you can not like the jokes, and we don't. We hate those movies for Freeberg and Setzer, but they are there.
There is an
Same
attempt.
thing with Chicken Park. Like, it's rapid fire. We might have laughed at like 1 out of 300, but they're all there. Here... I mean, I don't know, he listed like 60 genres he wanted to mash together, but I'm like, mostly, this is schmaltz romance in a field with a guy in a friggin' open Thackeray Binks peasant shirt.
And at the end, when they have supposedly the confrontation, they break the fourth wall because at first they say...
Fermi, non abbiamo il budget per fare la battaglia.
And then we show the director and the crew that say, oh no, he doesn't die.
Ma morto.
No, non è morto.
Ma come no? Nella prima stesura moriva, adesso sei vivo.
And then he lives, and apparently he turns into a duck.
We don't know that though.
Why don't they show the reveal?
His face, it looks like it's a blue human like that. There's no feathers. There's nothing on his face.
Okay, here
too much in the makeup.
Then again, I guess they do paint the ducks' faces blue and then put feathers around them.
Yeah.
The thing about the time, those, I mean, they're not necessarily prosthetics, but they're
not terrible.
They're terrible. They're terrible.
For what we're talking about otherwise, they're not terrible. Now, what I find so interesting is that what we expected from this, we do get, because Chicken Park had the 20-minute run-on sequence where he's like, is this the female lead?
Is she the leading lady? Honestly, I was expecting, something...
Yes, but generally speaking, women scientists are never great pieces.
I know, but she could scare away Doberman with rabies.
I see.
So that classic meta, let's stop the movie, we full-on get that before the battle. We get the we don't have the budget for the battle, which was done way better by South Park with the Angels and Demons. That's probably the best use of that we don't have the budget for it joke.
Oh, they're bringing in their demon dragons! Look at the size of them! My God, this is even bigger than the final battle in the Lord of the Rings movie! It's like 10 times bigger than that battle!
Salute as always to South Park. They show the camera crew being like, no, wait, he's not dead. So it's strange that what we thought this was is there definitively just sprinkled throughout the little small man apparently like
that's a woman.
We want to
that's
do
a
this.
Woman.
Yes. No. We want to do this. No. Yes.
That
like
is...
the little dumb jokes are there.
Ma noi ci lasceremo sopraffare? Sì! No! Li respingeremo, li ricacceremo negli inferi da dove sono venuti? No! Sì!
I mean, all those, the little people sometimes look, well, that was the whole idea, that you'd take little women and make them into elves so they look more cherub and jovial, childlike.
That's a guy, right? He was a star in Italy in the 80s for a Kodak commercial.
Prego.
Le sto mettendo sul cartacoda.
Sì, va bene.
Queste le voglio stampate su carta Kodak.
Sì. Eh? Ah. quando la carta è importante.
Chiribiti Bing Kodak.
Hey, you know that, see? It's
What does it mean in Italian?
Nothing. It's just like it's
Why do you frost
You
his
know what
tits, though?
Anatar needs? We got to get the guy that said Chinny Bitty Bitty Kovac. Once we get him, this thing's going to rocket into the stratosphere.
Just looks like a little chubby southern lesbian at a bar, munching on nuts next to you on the counter, smoking a cigarette.
Il nuovo capo della sicurezza, nonché boia e becchino, il nostro grande Golia.
You got any casting notes for this character? Chubby lesbian at a bar marching nuts. I said this 6 times. If you can't take notes... Listen, this is insane.
We now return to
MaJaMa.
It's
Matthew was angry.
It's just the fact that you don't have anything to your story. It's just listless. You're just wandering through. It's just honestly, it's them just walking through. And like when you watch the human segments, you wish for the duck segments. When you watch the duck segments, you wish for the human segments.
Richard Roper.
They're both awful and just terrible and grating.
Yeah, there's not a single invention that is even remotely. I mean,
why do they choose to focus on this field? He's just walking through a field.
They're classically
money.
They were saying, you know, it's a duck, so the space capsule is an egg. Ha 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 ha. The end. That's
no, it's an omelet.
At the end, he says twice. That's a big omelet, or that's an omelet.
Una bella frittata. È una bella frittata.
Because it's funny. It was Mork in Mork and Mindy flew on an egg, and it was funnier. I'm sorry.
It's not an egg. It's what did they just shoot that thing out of the?
You can't see where it's coming from in the spaceship shot.
What else? It's so sparse.
I mean, there's attempts at commentary on the state of the world, or
oh wait, what's the Americans?
The way the government.
That's supposed to be America. America.
I don't know.
Americans.
Because the other one are the Michigan.
Michelins.
No, non siamo mica americani.
Fermi! Fermi tutti. I messicani sono nostri ospiti e saranno trattati come tali.
Why did they choose to have ducks, village people, peasants, Neanderthals? Like what? I mean, I'm almost genuinely impressed by
I think they had that old school village or whatever it was. Like, oh, let's shoot here. We can shoot here.
Yeah.
But at the same time, if you're trying to do an Avatar parody, make them natives. Make them living in the jungle.
Yeah.
Living in the woods. See, that'd be cheaper too.
It was shot in Tuscany, and by mistake, and a couple of shots are pretty gorgeous.
There's one shot where the light is being.
Yes, with the light. Yes, that's
probably
good.
just ripped from like Pond 5 or something.
Pond 5, the movie.
And
but I still think that someone, and my brain goes to Lord and Miller because they do the winky winky stuff superbly. I'm thinking of the scene, like I said, where she's pecking at the plate. I think that could be played painfully, hilariously in the right way. I think that could make us cackle. She's just like bashing her head. She's like, "Whoa, you can't eat like that. Like you said, you're breaking your nose." But it's funny because when you see these things, that there's almost like a way to do this that would. I mean, it's amazing for what you want for the show. This may be the most mind-blowing one for like the crappy movies, but I also feel like this is odd enough that if you did find the right director to massage the comedy, it could almost be like one of those things where like, wow, what is
Put
specific
some
language?
comedy, not even massage.
Well, yeah, but I'm just saying that these things should be funny.
It's just so lame and flat.
Yeah. And
like you're watching a kid's production, they all come out in duck suits, and you're like, oh God,
honestly,
Maureen, how long is this?
You say something like that. It says it looks like at the school after school. No.
Oh, he said the half animal porn that they jack off to after the fan art.
Oh, that's kind of when she's like, yeah, it's that creepy in between spot where it's like you didn't do enough with the prosthetics to make them.
Yeah.
You humanize them too much, so it's like someone like drawing hentai online. They're jerking off to it afterward. As soon as they get it done, scribbled on the page. It's just uncomfortable and ugly and weird.
Faster.
Yeah,
have to draw faster.
Boner is increasing.
But it's incredibly mysterious mostly because really the two protagonists are wrong. They don't communicate anything, especially
literally.
Yes.
And like, how does she understand him?
Right. It is not clear if she does or she doesn't. Yeah. Does she have the translator or not? Because then she communicates with her dad.
Yeah, she has a diary that she talks into every day. But how is she?
He's supposed to be like Galileo, right? Like he's trying to prove the Earth isn't flat, and so then he's.
E se Pandoro non fosse piatto, ma fosse semisferico?
It's half that, half like, hey, I'm trying to help society grow and love each other, as opposed to just thinking the weird people are witches.
I just realized what this is, and I mean this as a direct correlation. This is a Neil Breen. It is the weird, what the hell, incompetent, shoehorned, overt social commentary.
I mean, Neil would be in the duck makeup if it was his,
he would
if it was his film.
Please. He would be both. He would be the protagonist and possibly even her. He would just be...
Dude, once you said Breen in the duck makeup, yes.
That's horrifying. That's horrifying.
Yes.
That killing you at night?
Yeah.
How about the scene with Dark Feather trying to do the forced chokehold on the scientist? And it's a pretty funny...
the idea is funny.
It can be a funny joke of just like... And I think it's been done before. I'm sure it's been done a million times. But it's like, oh, what are you doing with your hand? There's nothing happening. And then he goes, it's like, well, how about this? And he actually chokes him for like a second, and then he falls to the ground. And like that's it. You killed him that fast.
Yeah, it's just like once again on paper it might have been okay, but the realization is terrible. So.
Nothing seems like choreographed, or like even when like there's the auction for the Neanderthal that runs away and grabs our protagonist, the girl, and runs through the jungle, and then once he throws her on the ground, starts to try to she starts slapping him and knocks him unconscious, or like
and then he wakes up and he gets reunited with his family, probably.
Yeah,
it's just everything is. You
guys listening to this description?
It's clearly shot by somebody who doesn't know how to shoot a comedy.
Yeah.
Or doesn't know how to shoot
a movie.
Yes, exactly. So. The only thing I can say is that this movie has been brought to our attention by our wonderful sound guy and music composer.
I thought we were cool, man.
I thought we were cool, Emmy. I mean, he is giving you exactly this is what you want. This is what this kid wants. You.
Eventually, we'll make you pay somehow.
We will have a serious, thoughtful discussion about a 1920s movie.
What year is this?
Well, that's a good question.
I think 2023, 2023, something like that.
Shotgun barrel in the mouth. And the director doesn't even put his goddamn name on the film.
Nope. Oh, and the...
But didn't it pop up at the end, the one that we had from the...
Here, yes, in this copy, yes. But usually, it's, if you look at on IMDb, is...
Instead of one that off!
Yeah, you can find the movie on Tubi. And...
you can?
Yes. The
surprises me.
ducks, armors, the soldier duck, they have laser tag guns. That's all they could afford.
Not even trying to disguise it.
No, not even. They had the plastic vest and the gun and it's just like even more pathetic.
I hope you guys, from hearing the description, are confused because I don't know what this is. Are they doing a sequel?
They did this one. They did.
Yeah, they got 7 planned coming up.
Avancer, whatever it is, which is a parody of the Avengers, which is 2 hours and 11 minutes.
The same team?
Yep.
That's disgusting, man.
Yep.
That should constitute as rape.
Yep.
I actually need to see that now.
My guy, been shadow.
Well, it's been a hell of a ride, so let's try to express our feelings by throwing these pieces of paper. Guys, who's going
Easily done, my friend. Let me take the reins here. It's going to be a strong 5.
It gave you what you wanted, though.
Nothing redeemable here. I never wanted this. I would never want it, and that's disgusting. You would put that evil on me.
Well,
5. Pure
right.
5. Pure hatred. Garbage. Pathetic. Lame. What were you? What? You didn't even try. You didn't even try.
Yeah, that's the thing. 5. Same reason.
I have a different take.
You dumb bitch.
1.
It's always a production.
2. Dinner.
Dinner's always a production.
3, 4. Here's why. I echo the statements.
We don't want to hear it, man.
Echo the
Eat it.
statements
Eat
of my
it.
brothers, but I cannot ignore the fact that for what this kid is pushing for the weird Z-grade, bottom of the barrel, mind-blowing things that cause us to cackle at the absurdity on this couch, it's pretty damn strong. It blew my mind because I have no idea what's going on. So I'm knocking it down 1 to 4 because I do think it's gold for what you were having this show be. And I don't think it could be ignored how mind-blowingly insane this was. And like I said, I almost think it's in a way that makes other recent entries seem a little more streamlined despite not liking them. Like you said, it makes Friedberg and Setzer or Chicken Park seem like a comedy because why are we in a field with a guy with an open peasant shirt and he's like, here's the stupid chair I made, watch me take an axe to it.
I will say, as one I will say one thing that, like, when I first saw the shots of blue ducks in a space set,
it was cool.
Yeah, if that's like a 4-minute skit, that's great.
Yeah,
that's awesome. That's corny. That's cheesy. Yeah, the doctor was kind of cool. And if you did it like that, or you're self-aware, or you do it in a really corny style like Danger 5, where you actually can put really funny comedy.
It'd be a great
really...
skit. Like, imagine a kid's skit that it's supposed to be funny and they're dressed like that. It's like a absurdity, but the jokes are there.
This
but
is
stretched out for an hour and a half.
This is a 5
movie.
minutes SNL skit stretched to an hour and 20 minutes movie.
MaJaMa.
Well, guys, I think we've hit the absolute pinnacle, the top of the mountain here for this.
Don't ever say that because we always find worse.
This, to me, right now, this is a landmark. This was...
That ground keeps breaking. We keep falling through.
Yep.
Guys, I keep meaning to say this in the beginning, but I'm distracted by the quality movies I've just witnessed. But please, if you're with us this far, drop a comment. If you're watching regularly and you haven't subscribed to us here, we do keep the content on this channel quite regular. Every Thursday, every Sunday, there's new stuff. Drop a like, drop a comment, drop anything. Interact with us. Come on, baby. We're here for you. And we are going to be back next week with something else that's probably this, maybe worse, maybe better. It's his fault. We want to do cultured stuff. You remember the Joker episode? That was a fun discussion, wasn't it? So, guys, from our couch to yours, I don't know what the movie was, but this was a jam. Woo, woo!
Anything?
You should really open the show with begging for likes and subscribers.
I know. I honestly meant
no
to do
one
that.
made it this far. I'm surprised we're all still here.
No, everyone does that, and at this point, I'm like...
I checked out about half an hour ago.
MaJaMa.
Bayou-badou, 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 bayou-badou.